Ra is an amalgamation of many entities and a unique group soul because its evolution in relation to other group souls was relatively fast due to peacefulness. The Earth's evolution has been slowed down by wars throughout the current civilization. The living conditions in the development stage of the third density of Ra were harmonious, and the whole planet had such a developed morality that there were no wars on the same scale as on Earth. Various disputes were resolved by discussion, and since lying was a punishable act, bigger conflicts could not arise because intrigue and the formation of various secret societies had been made practically impossible. All information and skills were available and usable by everyone, and there was no shortage of anything. The entities respected each other, and the common rules were adhered to even in some serious cases under the threat of death. However, death was generally recognized only as a transition to another densification and did not have the same doctrine of control by fear as on Earth. Ra served as the most important leader of his own planet, and that's why the group soul was named after him. And the same happens in the Earth after it reaches the group soul level, where it is ready to reach a higher consciousness as one whole part of unity. This all comes true only for the fifth density differentiated planet that decides to continue on the path indicated by love. The side that chose fear will never reach the level of the group soul, but with it the souls end up in perdition, from which they have to start the teachings of the third density all over again until they choose love in the fourth density. How well everyone has internalized the teachings of love determines the octave from which the soul continues its learning journey. An octave can be an incarnation of a completely different race that only corresponds to the soul's current level of development. Ra knows all the races of the fifth density and lower densities, but of all the races, human is the most violent, and therefore its evolution is also the slowest and most challenging. The biggest of the problems is a person's need to be better than others, and a healthy competitive spirit is lacking in most of them, and it is difficult to fix it unless it is taught from childhood. Teaching such a thing is very difficult but not impossible. There are moral ways to encourage a child from an early age to compete fairly. Different rewards for those who have won something by playing morally right and for those who have cheated. It is of course easier said than done, but what most people agree on is that there are no winners in war, and therefore everything possible must be done to prevent wars, because the biggest obstacle to the formation of a group soul is a warlike civilization. In any case, the Earth is at the end of the third density and the fourth density, and the choice between love and fear are ahead. It has to be chosen by each individual, and that choice is more difficult for some than for others.